Hi everyone, Claire here, and today I'm going to be making a Valentine's card for my other half using a stamp set called My Sunshine by Neat and Tangled, and I'm going to also be using some brushes, and I'll be doing this on watercolour paper. I'm working on quite a small card today. This is only 4" wide by 6" tall, and I'm going to use an anti-static pad first and wipe over all of my watercolour paper and a Versamark ink pad. And I'm going to stamp in the bottom left hand corner. I'm using the Wow embossing powder in Puff Ultra High White. It's really cool. Once it's been heated it all puffs up, and you'll see because I'll show a close up in a second. This embossing powder, it doesn't really take long to go once you've got it heated, but I made the rookie mistake of not letting my heat tool heat up before I actually tried embossing. So make sure that you let your heat tool actually get hot before you start and apply it to your embossing powder, because you don't want it to get blown away. And here you go, you can see how it's all gone puffy. I decided after I'd done that part to actually put the little rays on as well. So I've gone back and added in the little sun rays. I think they're really cute. And while I was doing this, I realised that I hadn't stamped the My Only Sunshine part on the inside of the card, and I did need to stamp that and make sure it was dry before I started doing my matting and layering. So I've just taken the My Only Sunshine and some VersaFine in Onyx Black, and I'm just going to stamp the inside of the card and put it to one side and leave it aside open so it doesn't smudge. I always just clean up my stamps with a baby wipe, and I like to put things away while I'm working, otherwise I find clear stamps quite often disappear from my table. So I'm just going to heat set that, and then on to the fun part, which is choosing which colours of Brusho I want to use. Brusho is actually just made up the road from me in Sheffield, and it's been around for a very long time. Longer than I can even remember. We used to use it at school, and that's quite a long time ago. So decided on the colours I'm going to use is yellow and gamboge. It's a lovely orange colour. I thought they'd go well together. To begin, I'm just spritzing the area where I want the colour to go, and then I'm just tapping on the brusher. And of course, because it's watercolour paper and I put a lot of water on, it started to warp. So I'm just going to hold it down with the end of a paintbrush, and then I'm using a clean paintbrush to move the colour where I want it to go. I'm doing a mixture of things. I'm adding in more colour, I'm going to heat it in between, and I'm going to set it, and then I'm going to actually wipe over it with a paper towel and take some of that big lump of colour off at the bottom. I want it to look a bit more watercolory than what it is looking right now, so it takes a bit of faffing, and it is a lot of fun to play with Brusho. A lot of fun. I recommend it for anyone. You can get some amazing effects. You can take colour off if you wet it and then go over it with a paper towel. You can add more colour in, and you can make it splotchy, or you can just mix it up in a palette and use it as a watercolour paint. I lost a bit of the definition in the words, so with cleanish water I'm just going over the embossed area and wiping off the excess, and that's bringing the white of the embossing powder back. As you can see there, it looks really nice and white now. Now the watercolour paper that I used here is really cheap, and it's soaked straight through. That's not an issue with the Brushos. It's not because there's a problem with the Brushos, it is the paper, so I must stress that point. To flatten out my paper a bit, while I tidied up, I left the tub of Brushos on top of the piece of paper. Just makes it easier to glue down. So I've obviously fast forwarded through because you don't want to see me tidy up. So the last part is to layer up, and I decided to go for a gold matte. I don't usually use metallics or metallic cardstock at all in my crafting, but I just thought that the brushed gold would look pretty good with the yellow Brusho. And my personal preference is to stick everything down with an ATG gun and some Scotch quick dry adhesive in the middle, just to make sure that it's actually stuck. I find it works really well on hammer textured and watercolour paper as well. So that's the card completed, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today and you'll make something yourself for your Valentine. If you do, please show me. I'd love to see what you've created. If you like what I've done here today, please subscribe and follow my channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.